morning, guys. I just want to make a quick real voice message. But this video will mostly be text to speech form. But so I just want to make a quick last minute addition to that video, and like which I placed in the beginning. This part. This cover I'm using right here. Saying stop supporting bad animation. Yeah, you might take it as opinion bashing, but I'm not gonna attack your opinion. Just listen and understand what I have to say about it in this video. Please don't take this as opinion bashing. This is just a cover, okay? So please understand. All right. Now on with the video.
Hi everyone, this is Frozen here back with my very first video essay. This is something I've been thinking about for a very long time. Just to let you know, I was going to do a trailer review for Bullet Train, The Prey, and Black Adam, but I just had a hard time writing the script since I wasn't sure what to say. I'm looking forward to all three of them, but I just don't feel like reviewing those trailers. I'll take a break from trailer reviews until a big gigantic trailer drops online. But this video I'm doing is a video essay. This time, we're talking about animation. I'm a huge fan of animation. I grew up with animated films, specifically the ones from Disney and Pixar. But if you've noticed with the current animated films we get, I always give them bad reviews and a lot of them are placed in their top 10 worst movies of the year list. I haven't really had a good relationship with animated films lately, and people see me as an animation hater even if I'm not. So in this video, I explain my problems with animated films nowadays and explain why this medium is going downhill. Of course, animation isn't completely down. There's still some spark in them. Disney and Pixar are still very consistent with their animated films, and Kanto is the best animated films in recent years and one that came close to the levels of Frozen 2, my favorite movie of all time. And there are also other brilliant animated films from them like Raya and the Last Dragon, Luca, and Turning Red. I'm even hyped for Lightyear, Strange World, Elemental, and the untitled Disney animated 2023 film. Sony Pictures Animation is also becoming the best non-Disney animated studio with films like Spider-Verse, Mitchell's vs. Machines, and the upcoming Across the Spider-Verse. I'm also hyped for the Netflix film Nimona as well as the Netflix take on Pinocchio. Anyway, now time for me to explain my problems with recent animated films and why I think it's going downhill. The animated studio, all my points apply to our DreamWorks, Paramount Animation, Warner Animation Group, and of course, Illumination. The main problem with animation these days is that there's too many bad ones. A lot of these recent animated films are just not my cup of tea. I feel like they're too reliant on appealing to kids, and I mean just for kids. You may tell me in the comments animation is for all ages. Yes, I kind of agree that animation is meant to be for all ages, but I feel these animated films just play it way too safe. In order for animated films to appeal to all ages, try adding some elements that are not suitable for kids and parents can enjoy, but of course not by much. Let's talk about animated sequels because oh boy, there hasn't been animated sequel that was actually good and needed since Frozen 2, and saying those things about Frozen 2 is an understatement. A lot of sequels are either unnecessary or just underwhelming. Examples include that forgettable Croods 2, which I used to really like it back then, but now I'm questioning how I gave that film so much credit. There is also SpongeBob Movie Sponge on the Run, which is just an excuse to advertise Camp Coral. Boss Baby 2 and Addams Family 2 are terrible sequels to movies that are already terrible. Minions: The Rise of Gru is a movie that only exists just because the first Minions made so much money at the box office. And don't get me started on Trolls World Tour as well as Sing 2. Another problem with animation is how cool and hip they are to the young crowd. That applies to my problem of being too reliant for kids. They try way too hard to make the animation look too energetic, but it's noticeable that they're not creative enough. Sometimes, too colorful doesn't always mean creative. Look at the animation in the Trolls films for example. They're too overly colorful up to the point that it's painful and unpleasant. These terrible animated films also has poor lazy storytelling as well. They're very generic, poorly executed, and pushes the message down our throats. Like for example, the first Trolls movie where Poppy literally shoves the message of being happy down our throats up to the point where it's getting annoying. And now let's talk about the thing that pisses me off the most about bad animation nowadays is the fan base. If you like the animated films I don't like, well that's fine, I will not judge you. But I don't like those excuses that we only hate animated films just because they're for kids. I can't stand those kinds of people who say, it's a kid's movie, it's not made for you, expecting that we'd go easy on their movies. Kids' movies are treated the same way as adult movies. Plus a lot of adult animated movies are very underappreciated, like Nine, Beowulf, The Overhated Sausage Party, and more. Some people even say I'm just being a Disney fanboy whenever I hate on a non-Disney animated films. There could still be great animated films that aren't from Disney, like Spider-Verse, and the upcoming Nimona has potential to be a masterpiece. I'm not hating these animated films just so I can praise Frozen 2. That's the main reason why I made this video. I just want you to understand why I treat animation harshly. It's because I expect more from it. Animation is my favorite genre. I grew up with it. But there's other movies to watch than animation, you know. Animation isn't a tool for babysitting kids in the cinema. It's a medium of filmmaking. You can use different genres. I understand if people say it's not a genre. And before I end this video, I just want to call out a certain user who keeps bashing opinions and is one of the reasons why this video is made. Mama Lola Bunny, just stop going after people who hate animated films just because it's animation. To be honest, I was even upset that not a lot of people saw Spider-Verse in theaters just because it's animated. But that gives you no excuse to attack people for not being interested in this genre. Yeah, I made up my mind Mama Lola Bunny is a bad user, and thank God I unsubscribed from him. He can cry to me in his community post, but that won't change a damn thing. So yeah, that's all for my video essay. Do you agree with what I said? This is one of the hardest videos I've ever done. Took me 4 days to complete the script, so please give me some respect. Comment below your thoughts, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for a special video. Bye guys.